Hey, what's up guys? Today we're taking a look at the Topo Designs Rover Pack. This is my second Topo Designs bag. I bought this around the beginning of June. In June I did review the travel bag, which I've had for a couple of months at that point. But I kind of got this specifically, not so much for an everyday carry bag, but when we go on our hiking trips, and it's kind of became my everyday bag on top of that. So to start it out, again, Topo has a ton of different colors for this bag. Just like the travel bag had, I think, 3 different colors. This has got like 7. Of course, I went with the variation that had red in it, so we got the navy and the red. This is a 20-liter bag, so it's not too big. It's actually a great size for a day hike and everyday carry. So the base of this bag is made out of a 1000D Cordura. It's very, very durable. I will say the only bad part about this material right here is that if you have pets, it picks up tons of pet hair. Dog hair, cat hair, you name it, it's there. Now the top and the back of the bag are made out of a 400D Cordura, and it feels great. One thing I do like about it, it's not a waterproof bag, but it is very water resistant because on our weekend hiking trip, it did downpour most of the first day, and this thing got drenched. Nothing inside it got wet. So big ups for that. Now, one thing I mentioned in the last video that I love about Topo is they give me that kind of 70s vibe. Everything's super colorful, and I dig it. I really, that's what originally attracted me to the company, and I researched the company a little bit, and it took me like a month of looking at so many bags to finally settle on the travel bag, and then of course I went back. But starting down here, we got our Topo Designs label. I dig that it's just very plain. It's the same label on just about every single thing that I've seen, and I just dig it. I like how simple it is. On the bottom of the bag down here, we've got one large opening. The inside is a bright yellow. Now this is a pretty big pocket, but it's not very deep, so you're not going to get too large of things down in there, especially if the bag is packed out pretty good. And I do love that it's got these big, chunky YKK zips. These things are huge, and I love it. Also, we've got the red zipper pulls. So on each side of the bag, we have dual compression straps to help you compress the bag down. And also we've got a water bottle pocket. Now this water bottle pocket on both sides is very, very small. So you've got to have a fairly small water bottle to get in there. I love my Camelback. I believe it's called the Chute. It's literally the best water bottle I've ever had, and I recommend it to everybody. And it fits in there pretty much perfectly. So actually when we went out, my wife's bag doesn't have any pockets, so I had her Camelback bottle over here as well. And it is a tight fit, especially if the bag is packed out. One thing I will say, you can, if you have a very light travel tripod or even a gorilla pod, you can put down in here and strap it through the compression straps to hold it in place, which has come in pretty handy on just going out and taking photos. Now moving on to the back of the bag, we've got some pretty thick padded straps with mesh backs on them. The straps are pretty comfortable. I mean, I wore it for about 9 straight hours the first day on our hike and didn't have any problems at all. It does have some pretty heavy duty plastic hardware on the front of it, so you can hang additional things. You've got some straps through here that you can also hang some more things on it. Now the back of this is just that 400D, that nylon, and it doesn't breathe that well. If you're anything like me, you will have a sweaty back. Everyday carry, taking it to the office, to work, no problems at all. It's very comfortable, but out in the sun, hiking, climbing, it does just drench your back. So back to the front, I do wish there was some daisy chain on it somewhere, so you could attach a few different things to it. But back up here to the top, we've got grab handle, and right here, we've got our major opening. Again, it's just a deep open pocket, but you do have a little key tether, and it is that bright yellow so you can see what's going on in there. There is no real internal organization in this bag, which some people may not like at all. I kind of dig it. Again, that big chunky YKK zip at the top here, this little loop. There's one on the bottom of the back right here. These are to attach this to the travel bag. A lot of their smaller day packs that Topo makes will have these, and you can put it right on your travel bag. That way, carry both bags at once. Fairly comfortable, I would assume. I've not tried it, but that way, wherever you're going, you're staying, you can leave your travel bag and all of your clothing and whatever at your hotel or your hostel or whatnot, and just take this as your day bag. We've got these dual buckles here to get into the main compartment. I kind of love the aesthetic of these, and I do wish these were a little shorter. I'm probably going to end up kind of maybe pinning them up. But then to get to the inside of the bag, it is a cinch top. And you open it up, and I will say one of the big things with this, if you're trying to get into your bag in a hurry, you've got to do the buckles, you've got to do the cinch, and then get into it. So in here, roll this down. You can see down in there, I know it's pretty dark, but it's all blue on there, yellow down through here. We've got a 15-inch laptop compartment, holds most 15-inch laptops, as Topo says. The travel bag does not hold the 15-inch MacBook Pro. This one does. It'll also hold my 12.9 iPad Pro very easily in there. And this is made of a 200D pack cloth with a TPU coated, and it's pretty durable. Right down through here, there is one internal pocket. It's this small one right here on the laptop sleeve. It opens up. So there's the bag. So when I'm actually using this thing, if I'm using it for everyday carry, I'll have my iPad or my MacBook Pro, which is over here recording audio. Tech pouch, whether it be the Peak Design or the smaller Waterfield, depending on what I'm doing that day and what I have to take with me. So any one of these fits in there perfectly fine. Bluetooth headphones. And whether I need to take a camera or not, I use the Peak Design field pouch for my mirrorless camera, my Canon M50 that I'm recording here with. I can fit it, a prime lens, and a small zoom lens in here very easily. Set that in on top, get my lunch, anything else in there. And it's not really too heavy. Up in the top, I'll throw my phone, my wallet. I've already got my keys in there. Down below, I'll have pens, maybe a small notebook. I've got a bright ass yellow notebook that I write everything down in, and it's somewhere around here. But that's normally what I would take with me every day. Also, the Camelback chute. Now, if I was taking this thing hiking. If I'm going hiking, this thing gets a little heavier. But I always take my North Face Venture 2 jacket. It packs up into its own pocket, and it's very small and light, and I love it. And it's perfect to put at the bottom of your pack, so you have a little bit of lumbar support. And I would also normally have like an extra pair of shorts, socks, shirt down in the bottom also. I've got this Topo pouch, and this one doubles. This has my Leatherman, my Matador pocket blanket, my Droplet Matador water bag. It's like a dry pouch kind of deal. And then my Matador Nano Dry Tech Towel microfiber towel. Awesome. There's also some like carabiners and other small stuff in here, but what I do with this thing is once I take these out to fit into the bag, this thing gets filled with snacks for the trails, whether they're beef sticks, energy shots, chews, granola bar, Cliff Bar. These Ostrom meat sticks are awesome. They're delicious, fairly cheap and filling for what they are. They're like made out of natural beef and chicken and elk and ostrich and all that. So take this, I shove it down in there. Also, anything that we would actually take for lunch, I would stick down in there. In this pouch, I actually have our first aid kit. Only had to use it once. My 5-year-old son decided to go rock climbing, skinned up his knee. Almost the end of the world. And then really to top off the inside of it, my camera, because I'm not going to take my whole camera cube. I'm not going to take a ton of gear to go hiking. So this one, it's got my actual camera and lens in it, and the green Topo pouch has my camera gear in it. Wrist strap, shoulder strap, extra batteries, lens pin, microfiber cloth, all that. We're going to cinch that thing up. In the top of the bag, it's going to have my phone, and when I go, I have the moment case on it, because you never know when you don't want to carry around a camera, but you do want to take some great photos. So I've got my moment lenses up there as well. There's no daisy chain on this, which I totally wish there was, to attach things. So the droplet bag goes onto the zipper pull, and this is just a little rubber. It looks like a teardrop. You pull it out, it's got a 3-liter dry bag in it with the drawstring. This blanket is like, it folds out, it's waterproof. It'll sit like 4 adults. I always shove this stuff down here in the bottom. So my Leatherman multi-tool, the bag, and I normally have my keys down there, as since my keys are up here right now with my phone, I don't want it to scratch my phone up or anything else up there like sunglasses. Zip that up, and this bad boy, because I sweat. Right there. This Nano Dry Towel comes out. It's kind of a pain to get in there. This thing is great. They also make like an entire beach towel size. Really cool. And because I go through a lot of water, I have this Vapure water bottle. This is like a plastic. I haven't had this very long, but I really dig it because it just gives me an extra liter of water. It can clip on, and then when it's empty, there's actually nothing in it right now, but when it's empty, folds up and the clip goes around it, so I can toss it right down into the bag. And that's essentially what I take in mine. I'll have some other stuff in my wife's bag. Normally stuff that doesn't weigh a lot goes into her bag. So this thing weighs like maybe 6 or 7 pounds, like that. Maybe not even that. I'm terrible at judging weight. Now say I'm actually just going out to shoot some photos. Maybe I'm taking the kids, we're going wherever, and I want to take a camera bag. This is the Topo Designs camera cube. This thing is pretty awesome. I'm actually going to review this next week, so stay tuned for that if you're interested. But this can be taken out as a day pack if you want, or if you need more space. It fits perfectly into this bag. And this way I can take both cameras or just the one camera and more lenses. I will say if you stick it straight to the bottom, you can't fit much, because it is, I mean, it is the size of this bag, so you can't fit much down here into this pocket. What I like to do is put all my stuff in the bottom of the bag that I'm not necessarily going to be needing. This thing is also a cinch top. What I do is roll it down onto the sides, pack my bag as needed, and then put this on top. So all I gotta do is swing my bag around, pop it open, I can interchange lens, do whatever. This thing has tons of different uses for it only being 20 liters. It retails at like $150 on Topo's website. And again, I'm always looking at bags, and it's a sick habit, and it's an expensive habit. They just released, I think it's called the Subalpine, and it's like a maybe an in-between this and their Kelter Sack or their Mountain Pack, and they've got a red and black variant of it, and I'm honestly in lust with it at the moment, and I really kind of want it, but I don't need it. My Rover Pack is awesome, and I must hold back the temptation. One thing that you need to be very careful with this bag, especially if you're using it every day. This does not have a false bottom for the laptop sleeve, so my iPad right now is literally resting at the bottom. So when you set it down, you want to make sure you're not dropping your bag, because that's going to definitely have some impact on your device. You drop it on the ground, it's going to feel it. So I hope you enjoyed my review of the Rover Pack. So Topo stuff can really only be bought on their own website. So I'll put a link to that below if you'd like to check out this bag or any of their bags. They make clothing. I'd really like to check out this super lightweight jacket they have. I'll put a link to everything mentioned below. Next week, I will definitely review the camera cube in much more detail. But if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Dislike it if you want to dislike it, that's cool. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.